Hello and welcome to Four Wheels to a Fortune. In today's episode we're going to be talking about the BMW 325 Ti. That's right, the compact. I bought this and I do like it. It's quite quirky, it's small, it's funky. It is a genuine M Sport, so it's rare, and it's a 325, which is rare as well. Being a 6-speed as well, that's very important. The 6-speed box is a lot better in my opinion than the 5 speeds. So we're going to have a look around now and I'm going to tell you the little bits and bobs I need to do to make this car good for me to sell on, okay? Let's have a look. Now a few people has asked me what I look for when I go to see a car, so little bits of tips and hints that I can give for them maybe. So the things I look for is 1, the coolant. 1, it's got to be full, and 2, I taste it, which sounds weird I know, but I taste it to see if it's got antifreeze in it, because if there's a water leak, a lot of people just keep topping it with water, which then you'll taste it's water, which indicates maybe there's a leak. The second thing, I always check the oil level. Seems simple, doesn't it? But people often forget to put oil in their car, and it is something you've got to watch. So I always check for that. Now I see a lot of people going, oh, there's a bit of yellow on your head gas, it's gone, which is a possibility, but what people's got to remember is this is the coolest bit of the engine. So what happens is condensation happens when it cools and it goes there. So it's not really a massive thing to worry about. If you do see it, again, just double check the oil. Look at the actual oil itself, because the oil should be black and not creamy. If it's creamy, then I wouldn't touch it at all. On these BMs, like I've said in the past, rocker cover leaks. This one's starting to go here. If you come in, you'll see it. Along here. I've done these before. I will be doing this one along with the service. So they're the things I check on the engine. Obviously, I check when I'm doing a test drive that it runs up to temperature and it doesn't get hot. That's another thing you need to check. You've got to test the clutch. The best way to do this, in my opinion, is on a drive. You know, you've got to give it a little bit of stick. Also, you've got to labour it. I also go from like second to third with quite a quick snatch. I know it isn't great, but you've got to test it to see if you get a slip. If it happens, you'll notice it straight away. You go from second to third really quick, get the revs high, and it'll go woo. If it slips, that is an indication that the clutch is no good. Another way people also test it is third gear, you know, on idle, handbrake up, and they test the bite. You know, it should stall. So if it doesn't, again, there's an indication that the clutch is on its way out. Also with the diesels, they suffer from jaw mass. I'm not saying petrols don't, but diesels really do. You need to test it by just dipping the clutch halfway down, not all the way down, halfway, and if you're that is a sign that the jaw mass is on its way out as well. So we're going to have a look on the inside now. Like I said before, this is exactly as I pick it up. I haven't done nothing to the car at all, so let's have a look. So you've seen the interior. I'm now sat inside the car. I do like these compacts, and I like them because they're different. They have different feels here and there, and I am going to show you around the differences. For an example, these door panels, totally different to the E46s. They've even got an E36 kind of feel. Maybe they're based on the same, I don't know. But they are definitely different, and I like them. You get 2 sets of speakers. You get the bottom one, and you get the top one. I will show you in a minute, don't worry. In the back, you got these windows, and they open up like Alba windows, very similar to the coupe ones, and I like that as well. I think it's quite funky. Obviously the fold down seats are nice as well. It's got 5 headrests. It's got a CD changer in the boot. I like the black on the black. I think it's very nice, and I think people will like it, so that's another reason I really went to buy this car. It's got the black roof line, and I think somebody could make this car really nice. Smoke the tint, you know, bright white lights, and I think it'll be nice. I said previously that this is a 6-speed, and I want to emphasize that this is a 325 Ti 6-speed. It's quite rare. I only know that the 330s genuinely have the 6-speed, and I believe it's the facelift E46s that have it. I'm not 100%, but I'm 95% sure. The exhaust tips, I love the exhaust tips. Chrome finish, beautiful. They're going to look banging when they're polished. That also leads me on to the rear end. Funky rear end, fat rear bumper, but it's also a hatchback, so the whole boot lifts up and it gives you access to the whole boot space entirely. Pretty much like an estate if you want to fold the back seats down. So, I've told you about the boot space, so we are definitely going to have a look at that right now. Bear with me. shit! I'm gonna get rid of that body. Damn! Fuck!
Hello?
Oh, right, so I've told you about the boot space and how it comes in handy. It also turns in like an estate, like I told you. So I'm going to show you how that happens. As you can see, you can get a lot of space in these TIs, which is brilliant. And it does come in handy, like I just said. You also got a little space compartment in there, which is cool. If you come and have a look here, this is where the battery, the jack, etc. is kept. You get a little tool bag, which isn't much use if I'm honest. This device here, you lift it up, you spin it, and it drops a spare wheel out from underneath, which is good because you always need a spare, unlike the new ones. CD changer, nice little touch, because it's obviously a tape up the front. So there is a few things I need to do. One, this tyre is flat, so I'm going to check if it's punctured or if it just needs to be resealed or something like that. That needs to get sorted. The rocker cover gasket is starting to leak, so I'm going to get that done. It's also going to be serviced at the same time. The biggest thing now is it has no MOT, so I'm going to stick it in for an MOT. Whatever needs to be done needs to be done, and then I can stick it up for sale after it's been valeted, because it is minging. Honestly, it needs to be hoovered. I even kind of want it to be polished because this is a nice car and I want it to look perfect for the new owner. So, my final thoughts. I'm happy with the car. I don't think there's too much to do with it. If you want to be a little bit picky, it's a bit high on the miles. It's 158. I would have liked it below 130, really. But beggars can't be choosers because this car is quite rare. So I'm going to do my best. I'm going to get it valeted, polished, and then I'm going to put it up for sale. Like I said, there are little issues. I've got to sort out the MOT. I've got to do, well, I ain't got to do it, but I've got to check this tyre because it's gone down. And I want to make sure there's no puncture, so I'm going to take it to a tyre place and see if they can reseal it or check for a puncture. Other than that, I think it's good to go. I'm going to touch up the seat with a bit of black polish because the colour's gone off it a little bit, not too much but a little bit, so I'm going to try my best there. Like I said, we're in this to make money, so I can't make the car brand new, but I can do my best to make it good for the new owner. So again, thanks for watching. See you soon. So when I got back, I showed you guys how it was. The first thing I needed to do was pull it in for an MOT. It needed 2 drop links on the front, so you should be able to see the old ones, and now you should be able to see the new ones there. So once that was done, it passed an MOT, and it's got now a year on there, which is great. I've used it, I've been driving by, and these little TIs are little pocket rockets. Honestly, they go different to a 325i or 325ci. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's to do with weight or anything like that, but they've got something about them. They've really got like an agile and snappiness about it. So have a look around and we'll go from there. So along with the MOT work, the drop links, which isn't nothing major, I'm quite happy that's all it failed on. If I'm totally honest with you guys, it was quite a cheap fix. I did a oil service on it and I did an air filter, so that's been done for the new owner, which I'm really happy about. You can see this is where the oil filter goes in this one here. If you come in and have a look, This one's been changed. Obviously the oil then gets dropped out. The air filter's been changed, new oil in, and that's good to go for the new owner, so I'm really happy. So with this English weather, we're now recording in the car, so I'm going to be talking here. It's a nice place to be actually. I've told you before, you've seen the interior of the car. It was an M Sport, so you've got the M Sport extras, the seats, the steering wheel, the gear stick, etc. The black roof lining, as you guys know, it's my favourite. These cars are a bit different, they're a bit funky, and that's what I like about the TI. It's not to everybody's cup of tea, so don't be expecting to be like, yes, I love this car. You may look at the car and be like, it's not my cup of tea, but then you might look at the car and you think, wow, really nice looking car, a bit like Marmite really. I like the car personally, I do. I think if you want something a bit different and not what everybody's got, definitely go for the TI. If I was going to keep it, I'd smoke out the windows, and that's about it probably. Maybe add some MV1 wheels and leave it like that. Like I said, the performance of them, they've got something about them, they really have. I like the way they go. This one's a 6-speed, so again, if you just want to burble about and just go through the gears, you can, no problem at all. But if you want to open it up and get them revs on, it is not shy of doing that. It really does go well. So thanks for watching. Remember, is this 4 wheels to a fortune or 4 wheels to scrap? We will find out. Please subscribe, hit notifications on, leave a comment if you like. Thanks again. See you soon.
That's what we first.
Hallelujah. Right, I'm ready. Again with the checklist, before we have a look in.
When you're ready, man.
Yeah. How look like?
I can't hear it.
Phil?
Oh. I can't hear it, man. I meant to hear it through the thing. Hello, hello, hello,
Should be able to, yeah. How you doing, Phil?
hello. I can't hear that.